The language of the source. Thinking what to title this video. The language of the source. The language of our source. The language of God. The language of the gods. The language of the Devas. So here it is. Finally answered. What is the language of the source? So out of that absolute no thingness, the life comes back into focus. And we communicate one with another in innumerable languages, verbal, body language. And boy, can we complicate things. Silence is golden. Before birth, silence. At death, silence. In between, through all the noise, we can also find silence. Actually, we do it every night, if you will, when we go into the absolute no thingness and wake into the everythingness. We yawn, perhaps, the Big Bang of creation. Perhaps find moments of silence within the waking hours till we return again back to that no thingness state. Zero to many is closer to reality. Now, there are many, many languages, and many of us spend a great deal of time learning various languages, and that's all well and good. And we can get lost in the pomposity of our language abilities. Wonderful to know a language or two languages, etc., but never forget the source. The no thingness, which is the fullness of everything. Now, in the Hindu yoga dharma, where we use Sanskrit and perhaps Tamil, we say Mauna Vakya Parabrahman. This supreme experience of the source, in this case using the word Brahman, a neuter term for the greater forces of electromagnetic forces which become the Big Bang of creation, the expansion, Brahman, the pure Shakti energy that can neither be created nor destroyed, just transforms from the subtlest to the most manifest and back again. From the nothingness, the absolute darkness. Hindus also represent by the black Shiva Lingam and the black Mother Kali, to the light, Jyoti, the Big Bang of creation, the essential forces of electromagnetic energy, light, heat, creation. Which is only known ultimately through Mauna Vakya, the oxymoron of silent speech. And it is this root of silence, Munimula, that gives birth to the light, the lumina. Have a little fun with Munimula. What does it spell backwards? A mystic from Sri Lanka, Yogaswami, said, from zero, everything came. And remember that for mathematical computations, it was the Hindus who came up with the numeral 0. When applied with the 1, makes life compute, the binary system. Hence, 0 to many is closer to reality, hence the Sanskrit, Tamil, Hindu neuter term, Brahman, for the Big Bang, you see. Look into the eyes of your fellow human beings, the animals, of which we are too, animal, human, and perhaps divine. This might be the form of yours and mine. But look into that black hole at the center of the eye. We all have one. And it's there that we unify. In English, it's called the pupil. At that level, let's be a good one and sometimes learn to keep our mouth shut. Om Tat Sat. Now it's called the aperture, which admits and regulates the flow of light. And to Hindus, they'll understand the symbolism of blossoming out Durga-like into the unique flowering colors of the iris. So whatever languages we use to describe this source, nothingness, which then becomes innumerable everythingness, let's strive to keep our wits about us, to wit, wisdom, discerning difference in the world of multiplicity, respecting the specifics. We name and label everything. That's what we do as humans. Take it seriously, but not too seriously. Find your ways, but never make them the way. The fault of monotheism. Life is the Big Bang of polymorphism. From the nothingness to the everythingness and back again. To the silence, the Munimula, the Mauna Vakya, that which goes beyond the speech, beyond even the very mind that seeks to comprehend it. Yato vacho nirvardhante aprapyas manasa saha. Would this not induce a sense of freedom, moksha to the Hindus? A sense of calm, wisdom, samadhi to the Hindus? A liberation, kaivalya, that goes beyond light, beyond speech, beyond the mind, the inner essence. Hindus call the Atmana, not the mind or the body or emotions, but the source. Learn that language. Coming out of that, let's make an acronym out of source. C, R, unity, respecting, core, ethics. After all, we have to live together with our fellow creatures, fellow animals. And there is an inner essence that most all of us know has a sense of core values, of ethics, of how to treat one another. often in debates with the atheists who do not believe in a God or gods. They're often asked, where do they get this inner sense of morality from? This is the essence of all of us, the inner reality of creation itself. Pure energy, pure light, which also is the feeling of lightness, buoyancy, happiness, joy. And heat, warmth, which becomes the human emotion of love, a warm experience. So this silent language of the inner source of pure energy, you can feel it. Pure light, you can feel it, hopefully, and perhaps experience it very consciously within. It's there, otherwise we wouldn't dream or have imaginations, visions, inner visions. And we all have that sense of love, that warm experience. How much of it we have is another story. How we use it is also another story. Look, in times of disaster, many step up to the plate and help their fellow human beings. Many others abuse the situation and perhaps steal from others, loot. That's because these energies and the light and the love can be perverted into a very destructive energy, destructive light, if you will, and a very immature, selfish sense of love. Hence, in a way, what one could refer to as a young or old soul. But we all have them. Again, Hindus call it the Atmana, the inner essence, where it goes back to the very source of who we are. That pure electromagnetic energy that becomes the big bang of creation, the light, the heat, the warmth, with now human emotions, the feeling of love. So though one may not have any experiences of so-called spirit beings, if you will, or gods or a god, in a sense that's secondary, perhaps irrelevant. What we do have is this source of pure energy, pure light and love. Go with that. And then whatever one realizes from that is one's personal inspiration. So there are core ethics that humans and animals too develop to get along one with another. And look, in all languages how people greet one another generally, asking, how are you? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo se va? ¿आप कैसे हैं? How are you? Recognizing an intrinsic connection one with another. Why not make this our wish? As we perhaps wish upon the stars, wish upon a star. Let's make an acronym out of wish. Wisdom is helping others. Make that our wish. A core ethic. selfless service. Seva to the Hindus. An inner grounding, an inner direction, an inner GPS, if you will, gratitude, persistence, service, GPS. Thank you. I can do this. Who can I help? Core ethics. Maturely asking each other, does it not make sense to be less violent? To avoid anger? To try to discipline our desires? To avoid drunkenness? Drinking of life, yes, but not being drunk on anything in life. Food, money, power, drink, sex. Is there not great wisdom in not stealing? In not lying? In not lusting? Again, excessive desires for anything only lead to disaster for ourselves and others. Trying to be pure in our body, mind, speech. Seeking a life of contentment, striving but with contentment. Cultivating devotion, the secret ingredient of life, without which we won't be successful at anything we do. Seeking always to educate ourselves. Striving to love our fellow persons. And be giving. And the inevitable hardships, be steadfast. Source. See our unity, respecting core ethics. And spend time learning the language of the source. And out of this state of no thingness, why not wish others a good life, an auspicious life, relative peace, fullness, tranquility? Peace, peace, peace. Om. As Hindus would say, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Have a wonderful day.